Alright, what's up, y'all? This is John Gary. I am posting, this is the first video for the Chemistry, Survey Chemistry 1 Lab, course number 50501. So this will kind of be a lot like yesterday's video was for the lecture. I'm just going to introduce you to the programs you're going to be using. I'm going to post the syllabus. Although remember, so I messed up on the syllabus a little bit that I posted for lecture. Part of these reasons are because we've never done this course fully online before, especially the lab. So the lab is always done in person, and there's a lot of safety procedures and protocols that you have to learn, be familiar with when you're in a lab. Just the COVID situation kind of throws a kink in all this, so you're not going to have those experiences in a lab setting using glassware, heat, the proper protective equipment. We hear that a lot these days, PPE. So I may come back later and do a safety quiz or evaluation of some kind, just so that you're familiar with what you would actually need to know in a real chemistry lab. But as it stands, we're not going to be doing that this summer, so I'm going to do the best I can with what we got. What we're using is called Beyond Labs. So let me show you how to get into that. What you're going to do is go to Google, type in Beyond Labs with a Z. Okay, you'll click on Beyond Labs, download now. You'll get the version for the Mac or PC, whichever one you need. Install it, and then what you're going to see next will look like C4. Let me do this way. So you're going to see exactly what I see, so I can show you my Beyond Labs. Okay, so when you download it, it'll come up with this little box here. Now what you're going to want to do is go to chemistry. You're going to download the chemistry part. Alright, once you get that downloaded, you can go to the licensing, and then you're going to enter Columbus State 2020. So that will be your activation key. Columbus State 2020. I've already done mine, but I'll do it again. Alright, so then you'll be able to go back, you'll be able to open your Chemistry Beyond Labs laboratory, virtual lab. Alright, so this is what it looks like. You're going to have 5 different laboratories that you can access. Each one will have different equipment. So depending on the type of lab you're going to be doing, you'll need to go into a particular lab that'll have the equipment available you're going to need. Alright, so you'll see here you can kind of go through, find your beakers and your pipettes, and they're labeled with different amounts, different volume amounts. Right, this is a balance. Oh, so it tells you what all of these things are. It's going to be important to know a lot of these tools. So a hot plate, a balance, your pipettes, burette, beakers, you got volumetric flask. Let's see what we got in here. All these are beakers, looks like. Yeah, so I may have a list of lab materials that I want you to kind of know what they are. If I were to show you a picture of a volumetric flask, for example, could you tell me that that was a volumetric flask? So I just realized you're not seeing what I'm seeing. Let's do another scene, capture, display. Okay. Let me back this up just a little bit. So I'm going to, can I exit? Exit. All right. So, like I was saying, check, make sure you're seeing what I'm seeing. Yep. Okay. So, yeah, as I was saying, you have your different labs here. Um, so you'll click on the one that you're going to need to access certain materials, right? So if I go and I highlight the balance or the beaker or the burette, right, I can start to do my experiment. And so you'll, I guess I have to add water to this. So this is my first time playing around with it too. Okay, so here goes your graduated cylinders where you can measure out your volumes. And I mean, we're just going to play with it today. Familiarize yourself with the different labs you might want to click on. Actually, we have a scavenger hunt, so let me show you that real quick. So scene, boom, transition. Alright, so for the scavenger hunt, let me make sure it's showing the right page. Yes, okay. So, on the scavenger hunt, I'm going to post this on Cougar View as well. Just kind of go through here and fill out the questions. You ought to be able to fill it out on your computer. This will count for a grade, so it's an easy 100 essentially. Just go through and follow the instructions. Figure out how to use the program. Figure out what all these equipments are, right? A beaker, a graduated cylinder. Let's see what else. The balance, right? That's for weighing. pH meter, pH probe. Okay. Yeah. So this is going to be very helpful. It looks like it goes into each lab. I also want to send a shout out to Jamie Gonzalez. So you'll see her name on a lot of the documents and stuff in the lab. She's our lab coordinator. She's done an outstanding job. So I just want to thank her. And if you have any questions, you can email me, obviously, but you can also email Jamie Gonzalez. Her information should be on the Columbus State website under the chemistry department. So she set all this up and has done a great job. I appreciate it. We have some experiments ready to go. As we learn the stuff we need to in lecture, we will come into the lab and practice what we've learned. Titrations and say analysis of specific heat for some metals and such. So we have the experiments that you would be doing in the lab, but you don't actually get to put your hands on it. So it's a little different, and it's going to take some learning for all of us. I've never used this program either. So as far as the grading, I put to be determined on the syllabus. Really haven't decided yet how we're going to do that. I want to do some tests, but I don't know how I would do that without seeing you practice these things in person. I may just do at the end of each lab, you'll have a lab report per se that you'll do. It might include some calculations or identification, characterizations. So I may have something like that where you need to do an experiment, find a value, and then report the value back to me. It'll almost be like a test or a quiz based on what you've learned in these labs. So right now, the only thing I can think of is that you're definitely going to be graded on your reports. So I'll provide one of these sheets like the scavenger hunt at the end of every lab. You'll fill it out, complete the lab, and send it in back to me. Um, I haven't determined whether or not I'll just have you email it to me or if I'll set up some kind of like deposit place on Cougar View. So we'll see about that. Let's see. I think that is going to be it for today. Like I said, I mean, this sheet's going to take you a little while. So I don't want to really hold you up, and I don't want to waste a lot of time talking about stuff I don't really need to talk about. So uh, I think that's pretty good. Let me know if you have any questions. As always, I'm around. Good luck. I think we'll be diving into our first real experiment on Thursday. So make sure you know how to get in. Make sure you got access. Let me know if you don't. All right. Oh yeah. Also, I want to make another note on the syllabus. There's an access code. It's 135. I didn't see where I had to use that. Um, there's obviously some drawbacks to this program, but under the circumstances, I think it'll suffice. So let's work with it best we can. And good luck. I will see y'all next time.